Welcome back, everybody, to Underground Stars. This is episode 3, I believe. Yeah, 3. And I'm joined today here with
Snake Jake.
What's up? How are you doing today?
Good, man. Really good.
I like the
Having
hat.
a great day. Thank
It's
you.
what, PlayStation, right?
Yo, I literally, no joke, I bought this at Urban Outfitters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if, is Urban Outfitters in the US as well?
Yep.
Or is that a
Yeah.
Canada thing? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I bought this like 4 years ago and I literally found it in my closet and I was like, it's fire. Why have I never worn this before? But yeah, I've been rocking it a lot lately.
Yeah, it's nice. It's simple, too, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like anything that's like super brandy or anything. I
Yeah.
mean, that's pretty brandy, but whatever.
Yeah. So you're in Canada, right? Is that what you just said?
Yes,
What
sir.
part of Canada?
Born and raised. So I live in Alberta, Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the dustiest spot in like Canada. Like obviously everyone knows like Toronto and
Mm-hmm.
Vancouver, but like Calgary's all right, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's okay. We get really bad winters here,
Yeah.
and that's mainly the reason why I want to like move somewhere where there's no winter
Mm-hmm.
because it literally ruins my life every year. And I get like seasonal depression because
Mm-hmm.
there's literally no sunlight at all. But yeah, Calgary, Alberta, born and raised. Yeah, it's Canada's dope. I
Mm-hmm.
really like living here.
Where's do you know where Montreal is compared to
Yeah, I do.
Alberta? How is it, like, far or close?
It's really well, it's not super far. Like, I mean, to fly to Toronto is like a 3 hour flight, so it's not too bad.
Because that's where my dad grew up there for a bit over in
Okay.
Montreal. So I've always wanted to go to Canada, just never gotten to it.
Yeah, it's nice. Um it's really not that different. Everyone like I feel like it's so like
Hmm.
stereotypical of like Canada. Like I remember when I was young, everyone's like, "Oh, like igloos and polar bears running around."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I literally live the same life as you.
It's just
Like,
a bit colder.
yeah, except way colder. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I mean, I said this before, but thank you again for agreeing to do this. Really appreciate
Dude,
it.
absolutely. Like I said before, I mean these are fire
Hmm.
and I I feel like privileged to be a part of it. I
Hmm.
think it's dope.
They've been doing good so far too. I'm really happy about it, especially
Yeah,
after
I've literally
just.
watched every single one,
Hmm.
top to bottom, man. They're great.
And
They're so
it's been in the
entertaining.
work for about a month, and it's already doing more than I would thought it would be. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, it's like, it's similar to like producer grind. Like
Hmm.
it's just cool being able to like get opinions from
Yeah.
like multiple different people, you know? I
Hmm.
think it's really cool.
Yeah. I got a haircut today. Completely screwed it all up. It's
No way.
Yeah. So if you see here, it goes like here and then
Uh,
up. But
yeah.
on this side, it just goes up
Oh
because the thing is, on
no.
this side, it goes up and then there's like a
Uh,
small square because there's like a patch right here that I just
I
doesn't
can
grow
see
hair.
it. Yeah, I
And
can see
so
it.
went after I went to the gym, so my hair was kind of like
Hmm.
down like this. So I think the
Hmm.
guy thought I wore it like that all the time, and so this part you wouldn't see. So when I came home and showered and I saw this just one spot that's just no hair
Oh
anymore, I
no.
was so mad.
Oh, that's tough,
I
man.
know.
I've definitely had that before, and like my hair is literally my life. I go
Hmm.
every single 2 weeks and get my fucking haircut done. I literally need to have a fresh cut all the time. Um, yeah, if it's really bad and it messes with you, you might have to pull a Drake and just like
Yeah, just
completely
go.
shave the whole head. Yeah.
Yeah. And what sucks is I'm recording this one. I have to record another one at 8, and
Oh,
then
word.
I have one more next or this coming weekend. So
Hmm.
the back half of the season is going to be a mix between my normal haircut and this screwed up haircut. So if I would have waited a day, it would have only been one
Yeah.
episode that it was in. Instead of now
Yeah,
it's
there you
half of
go.
the episodes.
Damn.
But
Did you say anything to him like when he did it?
no, because I didn't see that like it was like that because my
Yeah,
hair
true,
was
true.
covering it, so I just thought he didn't touch it like everybody else usually does. And
Yeah,
then I
fair
came
enough.
home, I showered, and I noticed that it was just gone. So,
When you shower, that's when you really tell.
hmm
That's when, like, I notice, like, when I get my hair cut, it's whatever. But, like, when I shower and then just, like, dry my hair and I look at it, I'm like, okay, now I can see
yeah,
how fresh of a cut this is. But then you really notice it,
uh
because
huh,
you, like, dry your hair, you, like, looking in the mirror, you're like, yeah, that's fire. It's
yeah.
like, damn, he fucked it again.
It's time to start wearing hats for me now with this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. You just gotta rock a hat until she grows back.
yeah. Or just just start sharpening it in every now and then.
Yeah,
Put the
exactly. Yeah, just
dots.
get the nice crispy hairline going.
So, to start off with, just let
Yeah.
us know how you started producing, got into music.
Yeah, so I started producing about 4 years ago. Basically how I got into it is a lot of people don't know this. I posted this like a while ago, like a month or so ago. But about 6 years, 5, 6 years ago, I got into a really bad car accident and I literally like I almost died. Um, Luckily I didn't, obviously.
Hmm
But yeah, so I went through that. That was the year of my graduation from high school. It was that summer. It was literally a month after I graduated. I went over to my friend's house and he was like driving his dad's car. His parents weren't home, and he's like, "Hey, you want to go take a rip in my dad's car?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And we were going like 120 kilometers, which is, I don't know the conversion to miles per hour, but it was really fast for a
hmm
residential road. And we T-boned a car and like
Sheesh.
completely crushed this car. And my side, like literally the almost like the one side of the car was like completely like gone.
hmm
So basically what happened is, if you can like picture it, so like you're sitting in a front seat, right? And I'm 6'3", so my legs are like 400 feet long, and I'm sitting in like a coupe, right? So like my legs are crunched.
Yeah.
So I had my leg pressed up against like the little dash
hmm
in front of me. So basically what happened is we hit the car, and the impact of it pushed the car for or like pushed it forward. And so pretty much I got a pressure break in my
Ooh.
femur, so I broke my femur. But when it was all said and done, literally the entire dash was like over top of my legs.
hmm
And so they literally had to get the jaws of life, cut the entire roof off, and then like
Jeez.
lift me up. They almost had to like amputate my legs off. It was crazy, man.
And how old were you?
I would have been 18, freshly
Dang.
18. Yeah, it was intense,
That's
man.
crazy.
But yeah, so I went through a really hard time, obviously. And then like as I was kind of like recovering and
hmm
like able to walk again, my girlfriend actually cheated on me while that was going on. So if you thought it was bad at
hmm
first, no, 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 no.
It
Let's
gets
throw
it
one more
gets
thing on your
worse.
plate. Yeah, oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. And yeah, so I found out that worst day of my life. But yeah, I basically started writing to just kind of like um just like relieve some like
Hmm
stress and whatnot, like I
Yeah.
started just like writing and I almost became a rapper. I feel like every single
I was
producer
about to
says
say, I
that.
was about to say that the past like three people is like, yeah, I started off with
Like,
music, realized I couldn't do
yeah,
it, and then I started making
yeah,
beats.
yeah. I was like, damn, I could be a rapper, but I'm also like a suburban white
Hmm
kid. So yeah, probably not gonna do that. So I just kind of like dropped it for
hmm
like music in general for like I don't know, like four, no, not 4 years, like 2, 3 years, and kind of like got myself back together and
Yeah.
whatnot. And then I don't know what it was. It was like I think I was watching like a DJ set or
hmm
something at work. I was like, man, I want to start producing music. And then I just kind of started doing like research and whatnot. And I had a Mac at the time. Um, and I got Logic Pro,
Hmm.
and then it's just kind of been from there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that was, I guess, 4 years ago.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah, quite the
Oh
story.
yeah,
But
I'm still trying to process it. I don't know what to say now after that.
yeah, a little bit of a build up into
Yeah,
that. But yeah,
yeah. I searched it
yeah,
up.
it's
That
been a
120 kilometers is about 75 miles per hour over here.
yeah. So like, I mean, I don't know what your guys' residentials
Oh,
are,
it's
but
like
ours are
25.
60.
It's like
Yeah, so we were
25 to
going.
30.
Yeah, so we were going double.
Yeah.
So
Because like
yeah,
70 is what you'd go on like international highways or national
right.
highways onto things. So
Yeah, like a highway for us is 100.
yeah,
So we were going 20 over
yeah,
that on a residential
that's
road. So
crazy.
yeah,
That
yeah,
is
insane.
crazy.
Yeah.
And I've seen your setup, the pictures and like your videos. It's crazy.
Mhm.
So do you still have a Mac or did you switch computers with that?
Yeah, I've had a Mac my pretty well my entire life. I just I don't know. I love Mac.
Hmm.
I love everything about them. Yeah, they're expensive. Yeah, you could build a PC for $2,000 that
Hmm.
could, run 300 times faster, but I do it because I don't know. I just like Mac. I'm
Yeah,
familiar with it, and it like my entire everything. Like I have an iPhone, I have an Apple Watch, I have AirPods. Like why would I not have a Mac?
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Especially,
also, I did buy a Mac. I did buy a Mac for Logic Pro as well
mhm.
too. So yeah,
And especially if like just everything at Apple just works so good together.
exactly. Like it's the whole ecosystem.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if you don't have an Android phone, do you?
No, I
Okay,
have
because I was
a
just about to.
I have a
I was
very cracked iPhone.
okay, because
So,
I was just about to go off, but I
hmm
didn't want to like go off and then you have like an
no,
Android phone. But like, I would never buy an Android.
no,
Like,
yeah,
I don't care what they do. They could literally have 1,000 better specs. Like, it's the same with
hmm
PC. Windows is garbage. I'm sorry, but it is. Windows sucks. Mac OS is just so much smoother. It's
hmm
better. It's I don't know. For me personally, and like everyone has an opinion,
yeah,
obviously, but like I don't know. It's easier for me. Everything works perfectly fine for me. Like obviously, I moved to FL Studio like a
hmm
few months ago, and yeah, there's some bugs here and there, but it's the same on Windows too.
yeah,
Like it's just as garbage on Windows as well.
yeah,
So like I don't see any problems. But yeah, I don't know. To bring it all together. I've just always had Mac,
hmm
and I don't know. I would never switch.
yeah, for sure. Same, 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 same.
Yeah,
I got it. I got
you
a
have
new
one as
Mac.
well.
Yep, I have like the newest Mac because I got it for college this year,
Oh, sick,
and it's
nice.
been great. It's just been so
Yeah,
easy, especially with the bar that they
right.
have now.
Oh, you got. Oh, did
Hmm.
you get the laptop?
Yeah, yep.
What did you get?
I got the like the 13-inch MacBook Pro, but I got
Hell
like
yeah,
the highest processor, a trig of space on it.
nice.
I got because I did through like a student discount or whatever,
Oh yeah, so
and
you get 10% off of it and
yeah,
a pair of
they
Beats,
yeah
right?
they it was a pair of AirPods, free AirPods on it.
Oh,
But they also
sick.
threw in like a I forgot what it was a bundle, but you got Logic on it, you got Final Cut, and then you got like
Oh,
three other things that go with it for $200,
easy.
and that's the price of one
Are
of
you
them.
kidding me? Logic alone is like
Exactly.
$350. That's insane. That's
So,
incredible.
because I was using like my 2013 Mac for like the past
Yeah,
since then, and it was getting to the
yeah.
point where it was just not getting anything done. So,
That's funny you say that because I had an iMac 27 inch from 2015,
hmm
and the same thing was happening to me. I just like you start updating it, and eventually it just like doesn't run as smooth.
yeah,
So I just got that setup that we were talking about before, like my setup right now. I literally just got that this past. I think it was like end of. It was around the middle of December, I
hmm
think, and I bought my new laptop. I have the 16 inch.
hmm
And then I bought everything else with that as well too. So that like everything that I have right now is like super brand new.
Yeah.
Like it took me a long time to get to this point, like with my setup and my
Yeah.
computer and everything as well too.
I because when I was using my old Mac, it was getting just really slow. So I used to live in
Oh,
Colombia,
yeah,
and the way we watched TV down there, because we couldn't get like American channels, is
yeah.
we would go through like a streaming service or whatnot. So we bought a bunch of the Mac Minis, and
Oh, word. Yeah, yeah.
we bought like three of those. And then when we moved back, we never used them, just because we didn't
Mhm.
need them. So I took
Right.
one of them and just put all my stuff on there, loaded up everything I needed, bought a desktop
Yeah.
screen, and that's what I used.
How did that
And
work? Was it like pretty decent?
it was great. Yeah, I mean, it was a 2015 Mac Mini, I think. But
That's not bad.
so like all the projects that I moved from my other computer to this one, they
Hmm.
worked perfectly smooth. But moving it from that computer to my new one, and like vice versa, there's some plugins like stock plugins that aren't on each one just because they're updated versions of it. But other
Right.
than that, it worked perfectly fine, and it had tons of space on it already too, and it just ran smoothly. So it was a really great
Uh,
choice.
that's not bad at all. I mean, I've heard really good things about the Mac
Hmm.
Minis, and yeah, again, like the thing is like you don't need like a crazy computer with Macs because everything just runs so
Yeah,
well on it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's such a polished software that like it runs so well. I don't know. And I mean like nowadays too, like you see a lot of producers like I would say 95% of the producers I see nowadays have MacBook
Hmm.
Pros. Like I don't know if
Or
you
they're
keep
like
up
they
with
have
like
like a
internet
Dell
money.
computer, but they're about to buy a MacBook Pro. They're just waiting for it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know if you keep up with like internet money at all,
Hmm.
but like every single one of them, I'm pretty sure, has a
Yeah.
MacBook Pro. Like I know Nick Mira does. I've watched Kenny Beats streams. Like he
Hmm.
has a MacBook Pro. I mean, he uses Ableton,
Yeah.
but still, you know what I mean? I feel like it's just becoming like a standard because like they are getting better.
Yeah. It's like with every other computer, it's with like phones too. A lot of
Yeah,
other companies get like the features out first, but Apple like takes their time making sure it works great and
makes
is
it
perfect.
ex
So,
exactly, exactly.
like I don't mind waiting a year for something other people have as long as I when I get it, it's top
It's
notch
perfect.
in everything. Yeah.
Exactly. It's going to be polished. You know it is because it's
Yeah.
coming from Apple. That's just how it is.
Like I don't need to customize 20 different small things I'm never going to
No,
ever use. Just
no.
give me a
My,
MacBook and that's it.
yeah, exactly. Like, give me something that works. That's gonna be, something that I don't have to worry
Hmm.
about. And also, I love that Mac doesn't like force you to like update your computer. Like the one thing I hate, like, um, my work computer is a Windows,
Hmm.
and literally every single time I log on to it, it asks me to update, and I don't want to. It's
Yeah.
like, do you want to update now? Do you want to update now? I'm like, no,
Hmm.
I never want to. Stop.
Yeah. And especially because I feel like if you don't update with like other computers, half of your computer won't work just because it's not up to date with stuff.
Especially Windows.
Hmm.
110%. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm sweating so much right now. You have no idea. I'm
Oh,
packed.
is it hot over there?
Not really. I'm packing for college, so I have all my clothes in a bin, and
Oh
so
yeah.
I I had nothing. Like I didn't have a shirt to put on that would look
Hmm.
decent. So I was like, oh, I'll just put a jacket on. And worst decision ever because this room right here already gets really hot,
Hmm.
and I have a
Oh
fan.
yeah.
I have a fan down here, but it's so loud. So whenever I record this,
Yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
keep it off so it doesn't you don't hear it in the background.
Yeah, I got my it's it's like 23 degrees, but like there's a nice cool breeze, so I got
Hmm.
like all the doors open and it's perfect. But like a month ago it was like 30 degrees and literally I had a fan on like every level
Hmm.
and it was so hot.
Yeah.
Like I was literally like losing weight from sweating, like just sitting on the couch.
It's
I
like a
swear it was
sauna.
so bad. Yeah, for real. Like, but just like extremely
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
So I got a few things on my phone over here. Just kind of list. Just stuff I
Yeah,
kind of want to
for
go over
sure.
and everything. So before every episode, I just do a little bit of research on everybody. And I
Absolutely.
recorded one the other day, and I completely forgot about it. So I spent the night before at like 2 a.m. going through trying to figure out, okay, what can we say? What does he know? What does he do? It was bad. But so being from Canada, how do you feel
hmm
like, especially where you are, is like the music scene pretty big, or do you have to like search hard for
Um,
people to work with?
in Calgary, like no, like it's so dead here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I mean, like Toronto, like I've linked with a ton of people from like Toronto and Vancouver, just because those are like more capital cities. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like people know about those places, and like obviously Drake's from
Yeah.
Toronto. There's so many people, and so yeah, I mean, like Calgary for me, like no, it's pretty dead, but like Canada as a whole, like
Mm-hmm.
is we have a lot of really like dope artists here.
Yeah.
Like I've I've worked with like a lot of really dope people
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
And how did you find those people? Like, did you connect to them through Twitter, Instagram?
Um, so I used to, well, yeah, I mean, I guess I used to go pretty hard on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I recently just made the switch over to like Twitter. And yeah, I found everyone on Instagram. I would just like go buck like every single day and just like scroll through like hashtags
Mm-hmm.
and other people's followings and just like message people like 24/7.
Yeah. I tried doing that, but you go through like one hashtag, and there's so many just random posts that have nothing
Oh,
to do with that hashtag.
yeah. Man, like marketing like that is fine to begin with, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's not scalable.
Yeah.
Like you can't. You can't. It's
Mm-hmm.
impossible. Like there's a point in time where you need to just pay for promotion
Yeah.
and just like move on because I did that. I literally burnt myself out because it was just like it's a whole nother job, man.
Mm-hmm. It
Like
takes
you have
like
to spend
hours a day to
so
do it.
much time. Yeah, like so much time. So much time. And it's just not worth it because Instagram like is unforgiving, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's unforgiving. The amount of engagement I get on Twitter is like unmatched.
Yeah.
Like, and I know everyone can agree with that, but
Mm-hmm.
like Instagram is just, I don't know, it's not worth it, man. For the return you get, it's just not worth
Yeah.
it.
And how do you think that like newer producers should go about like trying to find people to work with, like artists through Instagram or Twitter? How do you think like the best way to do that
Um,
is when you're just starting out?
like like for me, like I still go on Instagram to like market. But like one of the things I do is I'll just go to like bigger producers. So for an example, I go to like Cash Money AP's like following, and I'll literally just go through it and I'll just click on people that I think are like artists.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're dope, I'll like some of their pictures, send them a message, be like, yo, like I listened to your snippet. This is super fire. Keep doing what you're doing. And then I just have I literally have like when you make a business account on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
you literally have you can make like I can't even remember what it's called, but it's literally like you type in like a word and then it'll just put out like
Oh,
a
it's like
full
a
sentence
pre-save
or whatever.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a pre-save, just like whatever pre-save sentence. And I literally have uh 4 or 5 pre-saves and I literally just type in the number,
Mm-hmm.
press a button, and then it'll just like copy and paste it all. So it's super easy. Um, but yeah, I do that for Instagram, and then on Twitter you get a lot of organic like
Yeah.
engagements. So like I really don't even have to do anything on Twitter. Literally, artists just follow me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll follow them back, like some of their stuff, and just send them a message, and then do the same thing.
That's tight. Yeah. And what about on like TRAKTRAIN? Do you get like any do you promote on there at all, or do you just send people over there?
Yeah, so on TrackTrain, I at least do like 1 week promotion every single month.
Mm-hmm.
And then so this is like kind of this is a little bit of a gem for anyone who's like going on track train. But so if you go to your following and you see people are like, and you have to be making sure that you can do free downloads on your beats first. So what you want to do is you want to make it so that they can download your beat, but you have to put in your email to get it. And so then you go to your followers in TrackTrain and it'll show all the emails of people like free downloading your beat. And there's an extension on Google Chrome that will scrape emails from a website, so whatever you're on. And so you pretty much just copy and then you paste it into an Excel sheet or Google Sheets. And there's a certain formula you have to put in. I can't remember what it is exactly, but there's a video on it if you just search it up. And then basically every time you paste something in or you type something in, it'll take away ones that are already there. So you're never sending, someone like more than one
Yeah.
email. And then basically you just send those people an email being like, yo, I see, you got a free download. Since you showed interest in my beats, I'd like to give you an offer of 5 free beats. And then basically I'll have a link and then they'll click on it. And then they have to put in their email and name into one of my MailChimp landing pages. And
Mm-hmm.
then I have their email in my or in my MailChimp, and then I can market to them through there as well too. So
Dang.
it's a bit of a process
Yeah.
because it's not like
But it's worth it.
because with yeah, totally. But like with BeatStars, you can like obviously it's pretty
Mm-hmm.
automated because you can like connect it. And I'm sure TrackTrain will do it eventually, but they're obviously not as big. But like
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of my workaround for it, and it works pretty well. So
For real. Shout out
I've
Track
gotten
Train.
a pretty decent amount of people
Yeah.
coming through from that.
Yeah, because I look at that and then I type in all the emails myself. It's like a little note
Yeah, no,
section. It takes forever.
no, no, I can't do it. That takes so
Mm-hmm.
long. But yeah, that. Also, and when you're sending the email, get GMass as well too. GMass basically you can put like as many emails into the like send
Mm-hmm.
like to who you're sending it to, and it'll send it out separately to every single person.
Dang.
GMass is
See,
fire.
now I know what to do too.
Yeah, GMass is fire.
Yeah, because I was doing it
Um,
separately, one by one.
no, dude, you literally when it comes to this kind of stuff, marketing, it's got to be as easy as
Mm-hmm.
possible. You cannot like
Work smarter.
it. Yeah, exactly. That's it, right? And like that's the biggest thing for like new producers is you literally need to take every single advice from everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just take advice from one person and just be like, "Okay, I know everything now." Because it's not true. You need to literally when you have the opportunity to take advice, you need to take advice from every single person you can get, whether or not you have to spend money or if it's free. Take it because there's always going to be something new that you can learn from
Mm-hmm.
that. Always. Like I've spent so much money. Like I've probably spent like over $1,000. Like if it's a course or it's like a consultation or like an online webinar. Like I've spent money but I've learned so much.
Mm-hmm. That's smart. That's smart. I never really thought about doing that. Like I see like those things like, oh, buy this book or like join this like limited
Hmm.
slots only, and I was
Yeah.
like, ah, that might be cool, but I just never really got to it.
Yeah, I mean, and like it's got to be someone that like you can kind of like trust
Yeah.
as well too. Like can't just be like a random shit you see on like a Instagram ad or
Mm-hmm.
something. But like when you have the opportunity, like take it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's no time like now to invest in yourself.
For sure, especially with everything that's going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely,
It's
man.
time to start learning
Absolutely.
different things.
Yeah, dude, totally. Like, like there was that huge thing with like what was it, Legion Beats and they're doing the click funnel
Mm-hmm.
shit. Like that shit's trash in my opinion. The click funnels is garbage, bro, because you're literally just selling your beats for cents.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it works. You can't make a lot of money, but it's like it's not just like it's not it's not proper business in my
Yeah.
opinion, because you're not creating like connections with
Hmm.
people. You're literally just selling, cheap stuff to people and then just kind of moving on, you
Yeah.
know?
It's just like quick cash.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, like, it's worked for people. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if you can make it work for you, fine. But like, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of corny, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
Yeah, for sure. So going off that, trying to connect with other people through that,
Hmm.
you have placements, right? If I remember that
Yeah.
correctly. Yeah, cool, cool. Did you get
Hmm.
most of those placements by connecting through that, or did those people come over to you asking you to work?
So my two, so like I released an album last September. Oh, it's almost a year now. With I think it was like 10 different artists that I
Hmm.
worked with last year that were like some of my favorites.
Hmm.
And like I did that because I wanted to make sure that I kept a solid
Yeah.
relationship with those people. But I met all those people through Instagram just from literally doing what I said
Hmm.
before, just like going through and like tediously like finding these people. And then basically the cool thing about once you have, a bit of a group of people is they start introducing you to other people.
Yeah.
And so I've met, handfuls of like new artists and gotten, placements with other artists because they introduced me to them as well too. So,
Hmm.
it's all about like your reputation and who you know in the music industry is bigger than anything. It's bigger than any amount of followers you have or,
Hmm.
likes on your stuff. Like it's literally all about your reputation, man. Like
Yeah,
it will make or break you 110%.
for sure. It's all about the image. 80% image for sure.
Yeah, of course, because here's the thing, like if a rapper comes across your Twitter page or your Instagram page and your shit looks unprofessional, they're just gonna be like, and just move on
Hmm.
because there's a thousand million jillion different producers out
Yeah.
there. You got to make sure you stand out right then and there. And when they see your profile, they're like, damn, this guy looks dope.
Hmm.
I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, for sure. I did that because I I completely revamped my Twitter. I think it
Hmm.
was earlier. It's September actually now. So last month, and like I added a new banner, changed the bio a bit and everything. Just because before it looked fine, but I knew it could make it look better.
Hmm.
And then I took that and made sure that the Twitter for the podcast looked 100% professional too. Just because if
Yeah.
it doesn't, it won't be taken seriously enough and everything too.
Yeah, I actually just came across that. I was looking at it
Hmm.
today and it looks really good.
Thank you, thank you. I made the new banner and profile picture like I think a week ago. I was
Did
in
you make that yourself?
Yeah, I was in bed. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just change it up real fast. I was watching Netflix and
Hmm.
just on my computer switching stuff up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it looks fire, man.
thank
I
you.
like it.
So you make YouTube videos and stuff, and you post
Hmm.
beats on YouTube as well. Have you
Hmm.
gotten a lot of traction off those from like artists or other producers wanting to like collab?
Um, so actually I just started doing YouTube promotions literally like this week.
Mhm.
Well, last week, I guess, Saturday. And so the main reason why I have two separate channels is because I want to be able to market producers and rappers separately
Yeah.
because you don't want to have, it's going to be impossible to do both on the same channel.
Mhm.
And also, YouTube likes consistency of the same kind of video. So if you're doing all of that stuff, you're just not going to rank as well.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that since I just started doing, vlogs and like
Mhm.
tutorials, like my views have definitely gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
But I just started doing marketing on my Beats channel, and it's only been a few days, so I haven't really gotten
Mhm.
anything yet. But I definitely think there's like traffic going to my like track train and stuff because my plays are going up.
Mhm.
And yeah, for my producer channel, it's been great. Like I literally did a promo for a day and I got like 4K views on one of my tutorials. So
Dang.
yeah, and I literally spent like 20 bucks, I
Yeah.
think, 20 or 40 bucks. So it's definitely worth it. I'm like I'm debating whether or not to like put together like a whole ass like maybe like webinar or like something to
Mm-hmm.
give to the producer community. I just need to find time to do it
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a lot. But yeah, YouTube is definitely vital. YouTube's
Mm-hmm.
dope. You just need to know how to do it. That's all. You got to be proper and you got to be
Yeah.
consistent. So it's got to be something that you literally do like every week.
Yeah. You got to figure out the algorithm,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then you got to make
exactly.
it go in your favor too.
And your fucking SEO. Get your SEO up, get TubeBuddy or one of those things and get your
Mm-hmm.
SEO up because you won't go anywhere if your SEO is garbage.
And when did you start posting beats off YouTube first, or is that just a new thing that you started?
Yeah, no, I started posting like beats on YouTube when I first started. That
Mm-hmm.
was like the first thing I did. And I posted for like a solid like 2 years of just like my trash beats
Mm-hmm.
on there. And uh I obviously stopped. Like I stopped posting beats on there like only a few months ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty much when I got TRAKTRAIN. I made another separate account for YouTube
Mm-hmm.
for my beats. But yeah, I was posting there for like 2 years. I didn't really see a whole lot of traction though because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So
That's how it usually is. I started posting my beats
yeah,
off of like SoundCloud because that's when SoundCloud was
yeah,
really popping. But then I moved over to
yeah.
YouTube, and then I
Yeah,
moved
I
over to
used to
Track
post on
Train.
SoundCloud. I used to post on SoundCloud too, and then they made it so you could only post X amount without paying. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
and then I was like, no, I'm
I
not
I did
doing
I
this
did that because
anymore.
I was like, I'll take that plus SoundCloud Premium or whatnot, and then I moved to
Hmm.
BeatStars, and I was like, you know what? I'll just pay for BeatStars now, and then I moved to
Yeah,
Track Train, and then just moved all that over. So
yeah, exactly. It's just not worth it. I
yeah.
don't know. It's just all bots on there too.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad. Like I literally used, I posted like half of my like beat catalog on there
Mm-hmm.
and it was literally just bot,
Mm-hmm.
like just bot central. I
Yeah.
don't think I got one like real engagement on there.
Like it's good to find like artists on, but
Yeah, for sure.
if you're not an artist, it's not gonna be in your favor at all.
No. No, absolutely not.
But I feel like YouTube is definitely doing a good job making sure that like it's giving chances to like every kind of video, not just favoring one
Hmm.
type of video.
No, YouTube's goated, but
Mm-hmm.
like the thing with YouTube as well too is like when you post like videos and stuff, you need to make sure you're like posting it to like all your social medias as well too, because like I post like obviously I post like all my like links to my beats and like my vlogs and
Mm-hmm.
stuff on Twitter, and I check my analytics and like even though I only get a few likes on my on the actual post, I get like 80% of my
Are from Twitter.
external is from
Yeah.
Twitter. So like it's getting out there, people are seeing it, people are clicking on it, so you
Mm-hmm.
got to make sure if you're going to post stuff you got to share it to your other socials. That's the
Yeah.
only way to grow.
You gotta all keep them intertwined and everything.
Yeah, exactly, because people want to see it. You just gotta you gotta put it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't put it out there, no one's going to see it.
You have to market yourself good enough to make sure people like want to be invested in you and everything.
Yeah, and I mean like it is marketing, but also if you have good content, then
Mm-hmm.
marketing works itself.
Yeah.
Like you got to have entertaining stuff. You got to have stuff that people are going to want to watch, or
Mm-hmm.
else there's no point.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Because I don't think I could sit through like the max of a video I usually watch off YouTube is like 10, 12 minutes. But
Mm.
if it's like really entertaining, I'll sit through like 20, 30 minutes of it.
Yeah,
So,
for sure. Like for me, like tutorials and stuff, like if it's a half hour, I like no,
yeah.
it's too long.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, like 10 to 15 minutes is like perfect.
Yeah. And I mean, it's hard when you're starting off just because you don't you're not used to working that fast or making stuff like that fast. So
Hmm.
if you're making
Yeah,
tutorials off
and
YouTube, it's good practice speeding up your
mhm.
workflow at the same time.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I only was really able to bring, my time down recently. Like usually when I record something, it's like a 45-minute video, like maximum.
Hmm.
And then I can cut that down to 15 minutes pretty easily.
Yeah. And it's all about editing too. You got to make sure you edit it
Yeah.
entertainingly.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can't let it get stale because
Hmm.
it'll get stale so quickly.
Yeah. So
Really the only thing I like don't edit out is like the melody part, and then
yeah,
everything else I just like chop it because
yeah.
it's just
Or you can
like
speed up too.
anything in
Yeah,
between. Yeah, exactly.
which is really nice. I mean, a lot of like the bigger YouTubers who do beats and do tutorials, a lot of they'll show like how they make the melody, and then they'll speed up the drums, or
Yeah, because it's like,
they'll start off with like a loop and then show the drums, and it's done in like 10
mhm.
minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, like drums are relatively easy. Like
Hmm.
it's pretty much the same thing every single time. So,
Yeah. So I saw on your Twitter when I was figuring out stuff to talk about that you have a loop kit, right?
mhm.
Is that like your first loop kit, or is that like have you done other ones besides that?
So that one's my third one, the
Hmm.
cold-blooded one. That's my third one. Um, that one is definitely like by far my best one. That one was made with all in FL Studio, and
Hmm.
like FL Studio like leveled me up melody wise like crazy, like unbelievable.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean that one's fire and it's free. It's kind of small. It's only like 13 loops,
Hmm.
but I kind of ran out of time because I hit 3K quicker than I was expected, and I was pretty busy with everything else.
Yeah.
But I will have another one coming out at the end of this month, and it'll probably be around like 30 to 50 loops.
Dang. And
Yeah.
how long do those usually take you to make like a couple?
So I schedule myself every week. I would like to do it more, but I just don't really have time. But
Hmm.
every week, I do 3 hours. One day I do 3 hours of loops, and I can usually get like 5 to 10 loops done within that
Yeah.
time.
And starting off with those, was it like kind of hard making those melodies, trying to figure out how
It
to
was
make them?
awful,
Yeah.
brutal. Yeah, when I was in Logic, it was definitely a lot harder. But now, like I said, in FL Studio, it's just I don't know. I just like have such a good flow. I can literally just sit down and just like bust them out so
Hmm.
easily.
And why did you decide to start making them?
I mean, like every producer, like starts making loops. It's also nice, like when you don't really have like any inspiration
Hmm.
and you don't feel like going and like searching for a loop. Like, I mean, because when you make a loop, you're more than likely making something that you like as well
Yeah.
too. So you can just drag it in and just be like, okay, cool, let's make a beat off of that.
Yeah.
But also it's good for marketing as well
Hmm.
too, giveaways, all that kind of stuff. People love free shit, and if you can give away something that's gonna, especially if you have a bit of a following and people like fuck with your beats, then
Hmm.
people are gonna want those loops.
Yeah, for sure. And do you suggest that people kind of start getting onto that wave, started making loops, loop packs, and stuff like that when they're starting out?
Yeah, totally. It's a great way to market with other producers. It's you can send them out,
Hmm.
you can do collabs, you can do what I do, giveaways. There's so many options, and that's the biggest thing. And even with making money, there's so many options of making money as a producer.
Yeah.
You just need to take a step back and just like reevaluate your skills, because there's so many different things that you can do to make money besides just selling beats.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because like like a lot of major producers have a bunch of kits you can buy, like all of internet money.
Hmm.
They'll make beats,
Yeah,
but they also have drum kits, loop kits, all that,
totally.
and then they'll stream
And
as well. It's just.
yeah, like think of like Nick Mira,
Hmm.
like that buddy. He obviously makes like a ton of money off placements and stuff, but I'm sure he makes just as much money from kids buying his
Yeah.
his loop kits, his drum kits,
Mm-hmm.
his banks for, all the plugins.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's so many things that you can do to make money.
Yeah, and it's good to have multiple revenues coming in at once too, just so you're not relying on
Absolutely.
one.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if you rely solely on beat sales, you're gonna be broke. Especially if you're starting out
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot harder. I mean, getting your first beat sale like doesn't come, like right off the
Yeah.
rip, obviously.
And when was your first beat sale, if you remember?
Um, when I like really, so it was like I think it was like my second year
Mm-hmm.
because that's when I really started like taking like, posting it and everything
Yeah.
and like marketing seriously. That's when I realized I was like, okay, like what am I doing wrong? Like nobody, yeah, I didn't even know what I was really doing.
Yeah.
Like I would, it's funny because like I would post a project, a beat project, and I put it on, oh my God, what is it called? Oh, what is that website called? Boot Camp. I put the
Yeah.
project on Boot Camp, and I thought people were gonna buy it and listen to it. And I look back at that now, and I think that's so funny. But I would literally do one in a year. I'd be like, "That's it. I'm done,
Time
boys.
to take the rest of the year off.
I put my work
Yeah.
in." Like I did that for the first like 2 years, or like one year. I guess I put two out, and then my second year out, I was really starting to like kind of get the flow of like type beats and all that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. And then that's when I started marketing, and then I sold my first beat. I think it was just like a MP3 lease.
Yeah.
I still talk to that guy too. He's dope.
That's cool. I remember mine.
Yeah.
My first beat I sold was to this kid at school.
Oh,
His
sick.
name was Ollie. Shout out Ollie. I don't know where he is anymore, but I sold him like two beats, and
Hmm.
I sold him for like $50 because
Damn.
he had no idea what he was doing, and he
Yeah,
was
of
like, "Hey,
course.
give me like I want a beat. How much? I can give you like 45, $50." I was like, "Okay."
Hmm.
I'm not gonna argue against that.
Yeah,
The songs,
deal.
not that great, but the beats on
Fair
them
enough.
were the best part of them. And
Fire.
then I sold like two to him, and then there's this other kid. Uh, when I was a junior, he was a sophomore at the time.
Hmm.
His name was Wyatt. Shout out Wyatt. And I sold him a couple beats too for like $30, $40. And then I just before that was before I started like posting them on like TRAKTRAIN, BeatStars seriously.
Hmm.
And then like senior year is when I really just started getting consistent with it, posting them on TRAKTRAIN, BeatStars, just
Yeah.
making sure I got my whole catalog up there and everything.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah, it's important to have like a big
mhm,
catalog too. Like the more you have, the more you
yeah,
sell.
that's why I feel like whenever you're starting out, you shouldn't get a store until you have like 20 plus beats.
At least. At
Because
least.
if you get a
Like,
store with like two beats, there's nothing really to shop around for. But if you
well,
have 20
exactly. And
beats, you can switch up the style. You can have like trap beats,
mhm.
boom bap beats, lo-fi beats. Like you have more of a wide selection to choose from.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, just in terms of like plays and all that kind of stuff as well too. Like if you have two beats, they're gonna be like 1, 2, and then they'll be like, okay,
hmm
well, that's great. On to the next
Yeah.
person.
And for you, whenever you have your beats on store, do you have the free download available for every single one, or do you just have select
Every
ones?
single one. Every single one.
And do you think that's like the smartest way to go about it?
Absolutely. Because I mean, think about it this way is, if you bought something, well, if you wanted to buy something but you were unsure of it,
hmm
you would want to know that, well, you would want to be able to go and test it first,
Yeah.
right? So like you got to think of it in that way. Like a rapper wants to make sure that they're actually going to be able to make like a song out of this because
hmm
they could vibe to it, but if they can't write to it, then and they bought it, they're just gonna be choked, and like you want to be able to give them the opportunity to go test drive that beat,
Yeah.
and if they can make something, then they will come back.
Yeah.
Obviously, like they're not gonna make fire out of something and just be like, okay, sick, and then just like go somewhere else and like
Mm-hmm.
buy another beat, you know?
For sure. It's like, and especially with TRAKTRAIN, they tag it for you too, so it's you don't really have to worry about that
Yeah,
either.
exactly. Yeah, it's easy, man. It's so easy. Track train uploading is
Mm-hmm.
so easy.
And especially because you can do the thing on your phone where you have like the website already on your phone home screen on it. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
figured about that I think 2 months ago. Greatest thing ever because I can just check it on my phone whenever I'm out of my house without my
Right?
computer.
Yeah, totally, man. And they also literally today just updated their the UI, like how it looks and
Oh
everything too, and it
really?
looks so much better.
I haven't
Yeah.
checked it out today yet.
Yeah. Yeah, they completely changed everything
Mm-hmm.
and it just like it looks so much better. I mean, like it was fine before, but
Yeah.
now it's just like it looks more like a website, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like before, it looked cool before, but it felt like it was still like an under development
It was
website.
it was just it was missing a few
Yeah.
pieces. Yeah, but it looks really good now.
Yeah.
And it looks a lot better on mobile because like mobile was pretty like here, I'll just show you real quick because like mobile was pretty like lacking. But yeah, like that's what it looks
Oh,
like
that's
now.
nice.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So like
Dang.
you can see your profile
Yeah.
and everything now. And yeah, it's just a lot better. Looks a lot smoother, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. They did a
Yeah.
great job on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, they're dope, man. And again, like going back with Apple, like they'll take their time
Mm-hmm.
and when they come out with it, it's gonna be dope. And I trust that
Yeah.
they'll do that.
And they're working on the app as well too, I'm pretty sure. So that's gonna be really
Yeah, I
helpful.
don't know. I don't know if that's even gonna come out now because of what Apple's doing with
Yeah.
BeatStars with their thing. Like, honestly, I don't really care about an app that much. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. People are gonna go on the website or they're gonna go on their computer and just
Mm-hmm.
do it anyways. An
Yeah.
app doesn't really matter.
That's the only bad thing about Apple is
Yeah, I
them
mean,
wanting to take
like,
like percentages out of everything they have.
yeah, I mean, like the way they're doing it, if that's actually what's happening, that is kind of shitty. But like, also, like you're going onto their platform as
Yeah.
well too. You're going to their phones as well. So I
Yeah.
mean, like,
It could go either way. Like,
yeah, totally. I mean, like, I'm not on Apple's
mm-hmm.
side, and I'm absolutely not on BeatStar's
Yeah.
side. But
It's
like,
business.
um, yeah, business is business, man. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like because they did that with Fortnite too, and now they're doing it with
Mhm.
BeatStars. I feel like after all this, within the next either the year or a couple months, they'll figure out apps will start figuring out how to like just get rid of it, or find a
Yeah,
better back end
probably.
way, a loophole to figure it out after that too.
There will be ways to get around it,
Yeah.
guarantee. Always is.
Yeah. So I mean, it's business either way. So
Yeah, exactly.
what
You
can you
gotta
do
make
about
money
it?
somehow. Exactly.
But what were we talking about before that?
Um, I think we're talking about the when I sold my first beat.
Oh
That
yeah,
was the last thing we
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah.
talking about.
Oh, so do you going off that? Do you sell? Have you sold like a lot more before after that, or is it more of you sending packs out and then them taking them out?
So in my year with BeatStars, I literally sold like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And within these past like 3 months I've been with Track Train, I've literally sold like so much more.
Yeah.
And that's off just like I don't know these people. Like every single sale I've gotten has not been from me sending someone to
Mm-hmm.
my Track Train. It's literally all been from like organic,
Yeah.
people coming to my store and buying a beat.
Yeah. And do you see that you sell a lot more like MP3 leases or the Wave leases, or is it just kind
Yeah,
of
it's
a
been
little bit of everything?
it's it's been mostly MP3. I think there's been like two. wave leases,
Hmm.
but like other than that, it's been MP3.
Yeah. And do you tag your beats in there, or do you just leave them how they are?
I don't tag them at all.
Hmm.
I just let TRAKTRAIN do the tag, and
Yeah.
then when they buy it, they get the untagged version.
Yeah. And then what about
Yeah.
your on like I'm pretty sure it's the free download one. Do you tag that
The
one?
free download one, the
Mm-hmm.
free download one, they get like that TRAKTRAIN tag
Okay,
on it,
yeah.
so it's all the way through it. And I like that because it's like that's such like a loud and like obnoxious
Mm-hmm.
tag that like they can't get rid of that.
Yeah.
Like there's no way.
It's like if you're listening to like a YouTube song and then you just hear the random tag, it ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, totally. And then like,
It makes
you
them
know,
want
if
to buy
someone
the
was to,
beat.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right? Exactly.
That's what I hated about BeatStars was having to tag every single beat that you made and uploaded it.
So annoying. So annoying, man. You literally have to, it's just a whole nother step for no
Mm-hmm.
reason. It's a whole like another few steps for
No,
no
yeah.
reason. Yeah, I hated BeatStars upload. That shit was so annoying, man. I couldn't do it.
Difference is day and night compared to the two. Just
Absolutely, and it's like it's just like quicker.
yeah,
I
it's
don't know,
more
like
user
even just like
friendly
the upload.
for
Yeah,
sure.
and even like the upload like onto the website is quicker, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Yeah. So pulling up my list. My phone keeps dying. My phone is
So
at the end of its life right now. I
yeah, fair enough then.
I don't know if you can tell, but I have like this part missing right
Oh
there,
yeah.
and then I
Yeah.
have. I'm trying to break it
Oh
onto
yeah.
light.
Yeah.
All that are
I
cracks.
literally can just like all the cracks
Yeah, this
are
whole
like
sticker
reflecting.
is here because this whole back part's cracked as well. The battery is almost dead. I'll be on my phone for
Yeah.
about 20 minutes. It's already at like 10%.
Yeah, fair
None
enough.
of my chargers are connecting to it. I'll have to like
Oh
put
no.
it at like a certain way and it'll connect.
Okay. Do you have like a toothpick or something
Yeah.
with you right now?
Not with me right now, but somewhere downstairs.
Go into your charging port. I guarantee there's just dust in there.
Mhm.
Literally just pick it out and I bet you dust will come out of it.
Definitely gonna try that cuz it's so annoying.
I send me a picture. I guarantee you there will be a clump of dust that comes out of there. Guarantee if it's not going in properly.
Yeah. Because they work with every other phone in the house except for mine. So,
Yeah, that's probably what it is because it doesn't like go in all the way, right?
yeah. Like you don't hear
Yeah,
the
that's literally
snap. You
what
just
it
kind of
is.
it kind of just slowly goes in but doesn't
Yeah,
fully.
that's it. 110%. I can guarantee that's it. I've had to do that multiple
Mhm.
times.
That's like the one thing I don't like about the Apple phones is the charger. How often like you have
Really?
yeah, cuz they just have I've had so many issues personally with it.
Hmm.
And so that's like the one downfall I don't like about them. Everything else is great, but that and the fact that they
Yeah.
keep changing the type of chargers they use.
Yeah, that's
That I
fair.
hate
That's fair. Yeah, I do agree with that.
because I have so many adapters I've had to buy because of every other
Oh yeah.
phone.
And like the actual like no aux
Mhm.
plug-in or anything too.
Yeah.
That was annoying at first. But then like Bluetooth, everything
Yeah.
just came and now it's not really a big deal.
Once the AirPods came out, it was over. It was like, I can
Game
deal
over,
with it
man.
now.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care anymore.
I like the newer computer, the like the USB-C one that they have now. I like that just
Yeah,
because
that's what mine
yeah,
is.
you can plug it
I
in
think
anywhere
yours is
too.
too, right?
Huh?
Yours is
Yeah.
USB-C as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because you can plug it in
I
wherever and it charges through whichever
yeah,
port.
I don't really get like why people like complain about it. Like
Hmm.
you don't really need that many adapters. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, like the only thing my only complaint about it was that they changed every port to a USB-C. They didn't keep any
Yeah, I would.
USBs.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I wish they did like keep at least like a few others, but
Hmm.
like the fact that this thing is so slim is just like
Oh yeah,
so worth it. It's crazy, man.
I picked it up whenever I got it because I traded back my old computer too.
Hmm.
I picked it up and it was just like my 2015 Mac Air was way heavier than the 2020 MacBook Pro.
Right? Like how?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And I went to Best Buy too to look at like the MacBook Air from like this year.
Hmm.
Super light. Like I
Oh,
don't
dude,
think I
they
could ever use one because I just drop it on accident.
it's literally a piece of paper,
Yeah,
I swear. Yeah, those things are so slim, man. It's
it's crazy.
ridiculous.
So, all right. So I think we're close to an hour. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely been almost an hour.
Every time I see where we start, and then every time I'm like, all right, we're at an hour, I think. And when I'm editing,
Hmm.
I say that at like the 45-minute mark.
Oh yeah, always early.
Yeah. But so we went through pretty much everything on the list.
Hmm.
But I got three more questions.
Sure.
I'm trying to find them. I think they're in my deleted folder. Yeah. All right. So the three questions we end every episode with, and by every I
Hmm.
mean the last two. Top three favorite beats of all time.
Okay, I feel like everyone asks this every time, but I can't remember. Is it mine or like just beats in general?
Beats in general. I mean, one could be yours, but
Uh,
just out of all beats.
okay, so like my biggest like inspiration in terms of music was Mac Miller.
Hmm.
Um, Literally, I will say like my favorite of like all time was Macadelic.
Hmm.
That entire album, sorry, there's a fly, massive fly. That entire album, production wise, and just like his rapping,
Yeah.
A1. Like that's all three of those are in there.
Shout out
So
Mac.
shout out Mac, man. R.I.P. Like, I miss that guy so much, man. He was, yeah, huge
Yeah.
inspiration to me.
I really didn't start getting
Um,
into him until I think it was like a year after Swimming dropped. Just because,
oh, word.
yeah, because I didn't grow up listening to like hip hop and rap, so
Yeah,
I
fair
was
enough.
really late on everything.
Hmm.
And then I remember Astroworld dropped the same night as Swimming did, and
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I listened to Astroworld like for the next 2 months after that. And
Hmm.
my girlfriend at the time, she was listening to a lot, like the Mac Miller album like a lot, and that's what really kind of put me onto it. And then after I listened to it, I
Yeah.
liked it, but not I didn't like really go back to it a lot. And then when he
Hmm.
passed away, and Circle, I'm pretty sure it was Circles, or
Yeah. Yeah.
what was the single he dropped? They dropped for him, the first one before the album. I think it was Good Day, if
Um,
I'm correct.
I can't remember
Yeah, I'm
actually.
pulling it up
Good
right now.
question. That was a while ago. Um,
It was Good News. It was Good News.
Good
Yeah.
news. Yeah.
So once that song
Yeah, yeah.
dropped, I listened to it. I almost cried. I had no idea
Dude.
why, because I didn't like I wasn't like a Mac Miller fan to the point to where like I would listen to it and cry. But for some
Yeah.
reason, that song almost made me cry. And then the album dropped, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, dude. Like when I found out, the day I found out, I was at work and I was like devastated,
Yeah.
man. Like that shit like hit
Mhm.
hard because like I went through like a really hard like part of my life, like obviously like when I broke my leg and all that shit
Mhm.
happened. Like his music was literally the thing, well, like the one single thing that like got me through every single day.
Yeah.
You know, I played his music on repeat, everything. And if there's one project of his that I'll tell you to listen to because you probably haven't even heard of it, it's
Mhm.
called Faces.
Mhm.
It's like one of his more like experimental albums, but it's so fucking raw and it's so good.
Yeah.
Definitely listen to it after this and let me know what you think.
What's it
It's
called?
unreal. It's called Faces.
Faces.
Yeah. Unreal, man. So, so good. That and Macadelic,
Mhm.
I think, are like my two favorite projects that he's ever released. Macadelic is just
Yeah.
fucked, man. It's so good.
Yeah. I'll definitely go listen to that after this. I have about 3 more free hours until I have to record the next one.
That'll be perfect. You'll
Yeah.
be able to bust through that whole one.
I know. And all right, so first beat was Macadelic. What about your other two?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I was naming the beats, right? So, Thoughts from a Balcony, uh, Clarity, and oh, let me think of this. Let me just pull it up. It's been a while since I've listened to it, but Thoughts from a Balcony, Clarity. Oh, the question.
Mm-hmm.
The question. That one is so good. So good.
What about top 3 favorite albums of all time?
Top three favorite albums. Well, I got to go with my boy Drake because I mean he was a goat too. I've listened to him for like a hot minute. I actually listened to him the first song I ever heard was oh my God, I can't even think about anything now. Anyways, I heard one of his songs on the radio and it was like when I was really young, and then
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to him ever since. Thank Me Later was wow. Like when that came out,
Yeah.
unreal. Take Care, unreal. But I gotta say between the two, Take Care is my favorite. So we'll do Take Care, Macadelic, and oh man, what's gonna be my number three spot? It's gotta be something newer. Um, Actually, you know what? Do you listen to Lil Skies at all?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Life of a Dark Rose, man.
I remember
That
when that
project
came out.
was,
I remember when that came out.
dude, that album is such a vibe,
Mm-hmm.
man. Such a vibe. Holy cow. Yeah, Life of a Dark Rose, like insane for like where he was in his music career was just
Oh,
like
for sure.
wow, insane. Yeah,
I didn't like
yeah.
his
So those are
newer
my three.
album,
So
but that one was just really great.
yeah, I liked his newer album, but definitely like Life of a Dark Rose was just
Mm-hmm.
like it was such a vibe, man.
Yeah.
Like everything about that, from the production to just like his like melodic like rapping was
It
just
just all went
so
together
good.
so well.
So well,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, like the whole project just flowed really good
Yeah.
too.
All right. And the last thing is, what advice do you have for up and coming producers?
Um, learn as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you will never know everything. Like, if you can take advice from, like if you can learn something new every single day, like I literally watch tutorials I watch at least one tutorial every single day, like on my lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
At work, I'll literally sit down, I'll eat my lunch, and I'll watch like a tutorial. Like learn as much as possible, whether it's marketing, making beats, anything, just learn it. And, don't feel like you know everything, because when you feel like, you've mastered something, you're falling behind
Yeah.
already. So, I try and tell myself that a lot too, because I'll be like, oh man, I'm so good at making beats now. Like everything's so easy, but it's like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not that good.
Yeah.
Like I can always be better. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
for me, it's like just really, striving to be better at everything possible within music and outside of music as just like a person as well.
Yeah.
So just never be satisfied. I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'll wrap it up
Always be
into, is never
hungry.
be satisfied. Always be hungry and always try and be better than you were the day before.
Yeah.
Push yourself, because when you push yourself, that's when you expand your boundaries and you become a better whatever you're trying to be. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's great. Well, thanks, man. Once again, really
Yeah,
appreciate it. It was
absolutely.
great
Thank
having you.
you. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we get to do this again
For
soon. That was
sure. I'm
really fun. I
definitely
enjoyed it.
around. Probably think, depending on how good this goes, I'll definitely try and get
Hmm.
everybody from this season back on at one point. So
Absolutely,
who
man.
knows? We
I
might
look
have like
forward to it.
7 people in
And
one call together.
That'd be dope,
Yeah.
actually. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to like talk to everyone like live. That'd be
hmm
pretty dope. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, my friend, he was like, you know what you should do? You should stream one of the episodes of the podcast. Get like a couple people, hop on Xbox or PC or whatever, and stream it.
Yeah, you should. You should,
Yeah,
man. Absolutely. That should be like the season finale.
yeah,
That'd be dope.
like a season recap or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
shout out
sure.
to Dill. He gave me the idea. But thanks, man.
Yeah, I
Really
think that's a
appreciate
great
it.
idea. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you again, and I look forward to watching the other ones as
Yes,
well too.
sir. So thank y'all for watching. I'll have all. I hate doing this part. Snake, right? Snake, Jake.
Snake Jake, yeah.
Snake, Jake. I always, because
Yeah.
whenever I was doing with Drake Beats, his was like DRVK, and I was like, all right, I
Yeah,
know, I
I
know it's Drake, but I don't want to say Drake and it not be Drake.
yeah. You want to hear something hilarious? I literally, before I even was had a thought of being a producer,
hmm
I was so hammered and I wanted to change my Instagram name to something.
hmm
And I wanted it to be Snake Jake, but I literally forgot the A in both the Snake and the Jake, and I just left it.
Well, it worked. It looks sick.
It worked.
It's
Yeah, it
memorable.
worked.
I mean, hey, that's a story right there. Whenever you're
Yeah,
famous now, you're like,
exactly.
yep, the reason there's no A's is because I was wasted one night and just didn't put the A's.
Sh- Shout out alcohol.
I'll have all Jake's links, everything, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube down in the description. Anything you want to plug?
Um, yeah, shout out alcohol. Shout out Brava, the beer company. They'll sponsor me one day. And yeah, that's it.
Shout out alcohol. Drink safe though.
Shout out alcohol. Drink safely and responsibly, but yeah, shout out alcohol.
But you never know. Might change your life. Might change your name.
Might change your name, might change your life,
Yeah,
Like I never would have been a producer if it wasn't for
that's
alcohol. So,
facts.
I gotta shout him out.
Yeah.
Give him respect where it's needed. Put some
and
respect on that name.
and go cop his loop kit.
Yes.
I'll put the link in there too. But it's also on his Twitter. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week.